Hello and welcome to the morning shooting of with Revsportz. Very good morning, and after almost a week, we are back. And good morning, Shubhan, to have you. And we are back with a perfect in a perfect time. The much awaited Asia Cup schedule has been uh, published yesterday, and we have been following tracking this story since long, and we were spot on. And four venues: Multan, Lahore, and Kandy in Sri Lanka, and in
Colombo.
Colombo will host the final. So that was the
Hmm.
change with Dambala and Colombo. So lots of rain predictions. Yeah, I read your article yesterday. So rain might hamper Colombo's day. What do you think?
Yeah, so Candy and Dambula, these are in forest area. So the chances of rain are less there as compared to a Gaul or Colombo. And it's a monsoon season. It's a monsoon season for southern part of India, Sri Lanka, and yeah, it's a tricky time. Back in 2002, it happened. It was during the similar time that the Champions Trophy happened, and then
Yeah.
India had to share the trophy with Sri Lanka, despite there being a reserve day. So it has been a trend. The September is generally a time for monsoon in the coastal areas of India and Sri Lanka, and yeah, PCB wanted higher gate receipts. That's why they chose the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo to host the majority of matches of Super Fours and then the final as well. But let's see how it pans out, whether we get washed out matches or we actually get games there.
Exactly. And the draft that we received, it had Dambala and the final one
Mhm.
all changed to Colombo. But are you excited to cover this tournament? You will be going there, and I don't think you have been to Sri Lanka before.
No, no, no. Unfortunately, I've been to the southern part of India, but that's it. I've never crossed the border to Sri Lanka. But Asia Cup is a bigger tournament because of only one clash, India versus Pakistan. That is
I
that
will have
is
come to that.
why
But yeah, yeah.
yeah, that is why Asia Cup becomes very important because India Pakistan the draw is such that India and Pakistan will play each other at least twice, and that's what makes the tournament special. Yes, we haven't had a India versus Pakistan final for a while in Asia Cup, but everyone is expecting this time around that both the teams will make it to the final and make it three times in 15 days.
Yeah.
So let's see what
Uh,
happens.
and Rahul Dravid had to say something about this also, and he said we will take one step at a time. So what are the steps? Starts 30th August, Pakistan versus Nepal in Multan, and India will play their first match in Kandy, September 2 versus Pakistan, and on September 4 versus Nepal. So these two, Nepal, not such a big step, but India versus Pakistan, you would keep India team a bit ahead, keeping the current uh, forms in mind.
I think so. I think so. India,
In the emerging Asia Cup, also India won the clash.
yes, and that too against a team, against a Pakistan team which has many international players who have played for
Hmm.
Pakistan senior team.
Hmm.
Uh, and yes, it was a fantastic win. Sai Sudarshan, Rajvardhan Angargekar, then Manav Sutar also, Nikhil Joseph scoring some runs. It was a good match. It was a perfect match for India yesterday, and hopefully Rohit Sharma and his boys will also do the same this time around. India have a better head-to-head record against Pakistan in 50 over Asia Cups. I think it's 7-5 in 13 matches. One was washed out. So hopefully they will do the same this time. It's going to be a super tournament because Pakistan are also a good team.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that is the epic clash. You know, if you look
Hmm.
at the other matches, 80% traction will be on that match only. So we'll talk
Yeah.
more about it. But coming to another tournament in the Asian quota, the Asian Games, and lots of talks have been going on on with the football team not going there. Uh, to my surprise, Indian football team for Asian Games, this trend has been on for almost a week now. So that's a massive developing story going on whether India will send a team to Asian Games or not. But the reason that for what India is the main thing is happening that India are not the top eight in Asia, and so there are no chance of winning a medals, and so the the federation will not be at the cause. So uh, keeping the momentum, if you see the last few months, three tournaments, fans have backed Indian football like crazy. So if India does not play in this Asian Games, so how much of a setback will that be for Indian football?
Yeah, it will be a huge setback in my opinion. Yeah, yesterday, IOA did give a press release. It was a blunder of a press release, but they did mention a point that we are selecting the best teams, best players
Hmm.
who are in the top eight.
Yeah, but
And in Olympic I can still understand there's a Olympic quota. You
hmm,
send your best athletes there. But in Asian Games there's no quota. Whoever is eligible, whoever qualifies through the trials, whoever does
hmm,
well, they should send them. If you can send your Indian cricket team, a B team, that to a B team, to Asian Games, then why not a football team? More than cricket, it's the football ecosystem that needs development, that needs to play with the higher teams, that needs to play with China to get a hang of better teams. In Asian Games, we'll have some top teams in football. At least, despite it being a under 23 tournament, only three or four players are eligible
hmm.
above 23. But despite that, it's a good experience for the youngsters as well. India,
And
Igor Stimac has
you're
bring in a
right.
lot of youngsters in. So it's good. It should be it would have been a great experience for those team players.
Absolutely, and I was coming to that. If you see our recent performances, lot of young talents that we have seen,
Yeah,
especially in the under 23 category. If
yeah.
you see Chante and Anwar, and lots of promising talents. And Asian Games is such a big tournament, and Asian Games is one such tournament that India have good history in. If you see Asian
Right.
Cup, we don't have. We don't with all the major tournaments we don't have, but Asian Games, the inaugural season in 1951, 60, we have won the gold, and in 70, I think we have won the bronze. So we have a good history in Asian Games. So it should be done, and let's see what happens. But Shubhan, another thing, Ashes, the first day stumps. What are your thoughts? What do you see this match going? This test.
I think Australia did decently well. Marnus and Steve Smith were having a good partnership. After that, they had a bit of a collapse. Then Alex Carey scored some runs down the order. But I expected a few more runs from Australia. 299 for 8 is still decent.
Hmm.
But and who all are batting? Pat Cummins and Mitchell Stark are batting. If they
Yeah,
can
Pat Cummins is
somehow take
different.
it closer to 350, then I think they will be in a better position. But
Hmm.
right now, England, I think are slightly. I'm slightly leaning towards England at the moment. 299 for 8. If they can get them below 320, then I think then England will be in a greater position.
Absolutely. And if you look at the bowling side also, Chris Walks, fantastic, 4 wickets. Stuart brought two. So thoughts on Chris Walks?
Oh, he has been an absolute game changer. Chris Stokes and Mark Wood. These two
Hmm.
bowlers, since they have come into the 11, they have completely changed the course of how the England team are looking as a bowling unit on the field. Chris Brooks can bat also. He played a crucial role with the bat. Mark Wood also in the previous test which England won. So it's a good comeback for England. Good comeback for Chris Brooks in England is a super bowler with the Duke's ball. He has in one of the recent interviews he said that he's likely to leave all the away test matches. He's not going to play more. He doesn't play outside England much.
Hmm.
So if he can prolong his career by playing only in England, then he's a super asset in red ball cricket. Can bat, can bowl
Hmm.
longer spells, swing the ball. He's a brilliant bowler.
And do you see England coming with their same strategy of playing aggressive, as they call it, the baseball?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they will continue to do the same, but it's a good batting track. It's a
Hmm.
good batting track. So if England apply themselves well, Australia's bowling lineup is brilliant. But it's going to be a good matchup. How Pat Cummins and Hazelwood and Stark bowl to this
Hmm.
English unit.
Okay. And today is another special day. Today is the World Chess Day. I had some memories of playing chess with my grandfather, but
Hmm.
yes, chess is a fantastic game. And now we have a franchise tournament for chess also, the Global Chess League. And in that,
Yeah.
Boyada had a chat with Magnus Carlsen, one of the greatest. Do you have any memory of playing chess before we end?
No, but I did shoot a. It
Yeah.
was a documentary. I went to Pragnananda's house and shot that
Hmm.
documentary for my previous organization. It was a brilliant experience. I've had the fortune of speaking to some of the chess players, Vishy Anand, D. Gukesh, Pragnananda himself, her sister, and they all are brilliant minds. It's
Yeah,
extremely
and
fascinating how they can remember 10,000, 15,000 games. Magnus Carlsen can remember 10,000 games with every move in his mind. It's crazy.
yeah, to play a chess at that level, you have to have different type of play matter. So
Yeah, I cannot remember what I did yesterday, and he can remember 10,000 games of chess with every move recorded in his mind. It's insane.
nowadays, after I think after the Global Chess League, one thing has have been doing rounds on social media is chess moves. So I have been coming across a few channels who are teaching chess moves. They also name those moves. I don't know in details about
Yeah,
chess, but I have played. But this chess contents
there's
like.
name for every move. Yeah, it's like block and the number, the area which you are moving around. So it's good.
Absolutely. So thank you, Shubhan, for joining. It was lovely talking to you
Thank
after
you, Rohit.
after
After a
almost
week.
after a week. Yeah, we were there in Bhubaneswar. It was lovely trip
Yeah,
also. So hopefully the project will come out also good. But
yeah,
Shopnil, do you have the clip ready of Boyada with Magnus Carlsen? So please end the show with that, and Shubhan will meet you in office.
yeah. You.
Thank you. See you.
And because it's a rapid format, my final five rapid questions to the best. What is your earliest memory of playing chess?
Uh, I think my earliest memory of playing chess is playing against my father. Him playing with only king and a pawn, and I still failed to win.
Your most memorable game? Your most memorable game?
Yeah, I'm uh, trying to think. Uh, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing in particular sticks out.
Okay, too many. If you're into music, who's your favorite band or composer?
I like many things, but
What is the
no one
greatest
favorite.
strength of Magnus Carlsen? What is your greatest strength?
In chess, my universality.
Okay, and what is there any one thing, my last question, is there any one thing that you would want to do? You've achieved everything. Is there any one thing that's still left in your bucket list?
In chess or in life?
In life, anything that you want to do, you want to achieve?
Uh, yeah, there are a lot of things I want to achieve. So I've reached very far in my professional life, but not so far in family life yet. So